Hello, I'm Councilmember Bill Farmer. I've come over to the College of Agriculture today, and I've been joined by Greg Renfro. Greg, tell me your title.
I am the Extension Meat Specialist for the state.
For the whole state?
For the whole state, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I appreciate it. So people will know, we're in the bottom of, name the name of this building.
It's Garrigus, the Garrigus building.
Which many people would drive by on Cooper Drive. It's the large square concrete building.
Yep, exactly.
And we're here in the basement, kind of off the loading dock.
Exactly. Yep.
And we're in your, what I would call your retail setting.
Yep. It's, we refer to this as our butcher shop. This is the area where anything that we run through the meat slab, we can sell to the public. Our main goal in the meat slab is for education and research.
Sure.
And so when we bring product in for either teaching purposes or research purposes, when I say research purposes, everybody kind of gets that weird kind of connotation, glow in the dark type thing.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Yeah, thank you.
But a lot of the research we do are genetic trials, looking at different genetic lines of animals, or feeding trials. For example, when gas prices go up, there's this big renewed energy shortage that we have, and so folks start looking at ethanol.
Sure.
Well, a byproduct of ethanol is distillers' grains. And since we are, Kentucky in a bourbon state, we get distillers' grains as a byproduct. Yeah, exactly. And so the logical place to put that is what happens if we feed that to animals. So those are the type of research things that we do here.
But I just happened to overhear a conversation, well, literally on an airplane.
Yeah.
That you all had this here, and I wanted to come see it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
People can come here a couple days a week.
Yeah.
You said.
Yeah, we're open from 1 to 5, Wednesdays and Fridays.
Okay.
We're open to the public. That's a big thing. We're even open over the summer, since this is the end of the semester and the kids are gone. So we're even open during the summer. We've been open for, about the end of January or so.
So relatively new. Yeah.
Relatively new, yeah. And it's kind of a novel concept because we work in cooperation with our dining services on campus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so you can see, we've got these spices here. These are kind of hard to find spices. These were this is the touch that the chefs we work with wanted to put in here because they wanted to make sure that folks doing a special recipe or something would have those hard to find spices. And believe it or not, we've sold quite a few of them. We do get a lot of what we call foodies and local whores. We kind of a new term for
many chefs, many local.
Not that I have noticed. Now they may have snuck in here when we didn't know it, but. We're definitely trying to get on their radar as well.
So would these cases be full of product?
Yes, these cases would be full of product. We are at the mercy of what we have available, so we're not like a grocery store that has a continual supply. We tend to focus on some of the harder to find things and some of the more novel things. Like this summer, we're going to do what we call the best of the worst. And when I say worst, I mean W-R-S-T. So we're rolling out a bunch of different varieties of bratwurst. Like now we have, to keep up with school spirit, we have what's called the Wildcat Tail, which is a cheese-filled bratwurst. And the recipe we use is an old family recipe from an executive chef here on campus, Chef Scott Cohn.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, that's great.
And then we've taken the cheese out, just a regular bratwurst. We also do a bourbon apple bratwurst, where we obviously get the bourbon from Kentucky, we get the apples from
and we're going to make
Kentucky,
that here
and we're going to make that here as well. We'll show you how that's done. And all the animals that we have are all from our UK farm, so we are Kentucky proud as much as we can. Another kind of novel product we make is our Italian sausage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's you can go to any store and buy Italian sausage, but you're not going to get ours, because ours, when they make it, you'll see the guys in the meat lab picking off the basil and the oregano off the stem, so they use all fresh basil and oregano in the Italian sausage. And rumor has it from our chefs that Coach Cal loves our Italian sausage.
Exactly. I would imagine he would.
So, and we do a variety of kind of old school, old European style dry cured sausages that they're no longer available or very, very hard to find.
Is that like a salami-ish thing?
We do
How
an
do you-
old style Genoa salami. We do an old fashioned pepperoni, so it's not like the pepperoni on your
And
pizza.
you would get that in here occasionally?
And we can get that in here
potentially.
occasionally. Yeah, we do a Spanish style chorizo as well as we do a Mexican style chorizo. And we're really proud of our Mexican style chorizo because a friend of mine who is married to a young lady from Mexico, it's her family recipe as well. So
Well, this has got a family bent to it all the way around.
we try to incorporate that exactly.
So people just come and see what you have. It's not
Yeah.
listed online or anything. You just show up and see what's
You
here.
see what we have here? We got a whiteboard as you walk in that shows you what we have.
It's out. It's out back.
Yeah,
All right,
out back
yeah.
and out and as you come in the door as well. During the school time, when school hours running, we have a few meat lab workers that are undergraduates. We have, and we and we have them working down here, interacting with the customer.
I think it's a great thing. It gives them frontline experience with the customer.
Exactly. One of them told me, he says, you know, all that stuff you talked about in class, I never thought I'd ever use it until you put me in here.
People can ask any question.
People can ask questions, you know, and there's, you know, you're as an extension guy, I battle a lot of internet rumors and internet myths and things like that. And well, this is an opportunity for the public to come in and ask questions. Well, I heard about this on the internet. I read this, and we can kind of squelch those rumors or
every Wednesday and Friday from 1 to 5.
every Wednesday and Friday from 1 to 5. You bet. You bet.
I want to take a break, and then we'll go over to what we're going to be literally making some of the worst.
Yep. Yeah, some of the worst.
We'll be right back.
The Lexington Art League and Parks and Recreation have had a long-established relationship. We do offer the Woodland Art Fair in partnership with Parks and Recreation each year. They provide unbelievable support for that event. We are very fortunate to have a very thriving and vibrant community that really has grown through the arts in many different ways. Parks and Recreation is a great supporter of the arts in our community.
Welcome back. We've come into, you call this the meat room?
This is the cutting room, yeah.
Cutting room, which is a constant 45 degrees.
It stays relatively cool in here. You know, when we get into the summer months, this is a place to be, but it's awful rough in January, I can tell you that.
It's cold in here, bone chilly. All right, so we have here the ingredients to make the...
Exactly, yeah,
the
to make our bratwurst. This is the basis of it is obviously our meat. This actually comes from the picnic. Our pork packing plants that are harvesting the carcasses and cutting them up.
Sure.
This piece right here would mainly be exported to the Pacific Rim, Mexico, China,
from
things
Kentucky,
like that.
from here,
well,
from anywhere in the
Kentucky,
States.
from anywhere.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, and here in the States, we normally because the Americans just don't have a taste for picnics, and so we just normally turn this into sausage.
So there's enough here, there's two things. So we're going to grind all this up by itself?
We'll grind this up.
Or we put something with it first?
Well, actually, we'll grind it, and we like to start out what we call a breaker plate, where the hole is roughly about a ½ inch big.
Gotcha.
And that reduces the particle size of this guy. And then we're going to change plates to a smaller diameter.
Okay.
And then run it through again. Then add our seasonings over here. And since we're making apple...
This is the
bourbon,
apples and the bourbon, right?
This is the apples and the bourbon. The apples have been cooked in the bourbon. And then here's the basis of the dry seasonings. And we'll add those and then run it through again. Yep.
All right. All right. Now, I'm just going to stand back. We're going to have help here.
Yeah, Ryan's going to help me here.
Ryan, welcome. Thank you. Beautiful. And so the way they're twisted, they won't come apart or anything. They're just good to go. That's a lot of lengths.
A lot of length, yeah.
I think it's amazing. I think it's neat. So we actually saw this made a little while ago.
Yep, this was the
mixed
product
up,
we made.
cased.
They went out and cooked it up on the grill.
Oh, Greg. I'm going to try right there.
There you go.
That is hot.
Make you happy, happy, happy.
It does. You get some of the flavor.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind, Chef. Thank you. You get some of the apple and a little bit of the bourbon too.
Exactly. Yep.
Man, you put this on something, start eating it up. It's the best way to go. This is probably in the best edition of Lexplorer we've ever done. All right, we want people to come over here and support you.
Okay.
So, Wednesdays and Fridays, 1 to 5.
1 to 5, yes, sir.
Now, if they have questions, is there something online they can go visit, or they just want to come over?
We're working on our own web page, so to speak, and it'll have a lot of other information on there, but it'll also have what we have available in the butcher shop,
right,
as well as kind of a question and answer type place.
Well, we may come back and visit with you again, but this has been really fun, and Greg, thank you.
You bet. Our pleasure.
You've been a great host to us all today. I really appreciate it. And we look forward to being back over here or seeing you with a little bit more cue in public, because people like local and people like Kentucky grown, and you are all that right here.
We try to do that, try to maintain the family atmosphere as well. Thank you. You bet.
I'm Bill Farmer for Lexplorer. We look forward to being with you again real soon. Thank you.